Yo, it's your boy Blaze McCoy. We're back for another live WrestleSense weekly report. Woo, big weekend wrestling, big week of wrestling. I've been fighting forever the last couple of days, so I'm very tired of playing a video game. How about that? I've already told you guys, most of you guys in the chat know I'm not a gamer, but I love video games and the idea behind them and the creation. So we finally got a different wrestling game. I streamed it for over 8 hours yesterday live. I don't know how in the hell I got up at 9 a.m. and went live with you guys, but there were so many people there hanging out with us. I met a whole bunch of new people. We checked out the game. Bottom line, the consensus on the game is really really throwback, fun to play. People are always laughing. Creation sweet, limited, but they'll add to it. And that's pretty much the consensus I've heard from a lot of people that have played the game, watched the game. Now, I have a PS4, and I'm having a big problem right now. It's crashed forever is what it's doing right now. So we'll see how that goes. And a lot of you guys out there have been in the podcast, did the interview over the weekend with Josh and Rocha on the Blaze Radio channel. That was awesome. So many new friends we made there as well. But let's give a shout out to the friends that are here right now. Wally's in the house. Good to see you, Walter, my man. Monstar, appreciate the share, my brother. Monstar had a show earlier this morning. Very cool show. And he's also reviewing NXT now. That's his cup of tea. He loves NXT. So he's doing shorts, and he even might do some watch-alongs, do some play-by-play with NXT. So big shout-out to Monstar Sean for that endeavor. No, you'll crush it. Aaron, what's up? Good to see you. Aaron, you got a match tonight. You're in a chamber match after this. We're going to play LTD Wrestling, so good luck. Crushing Kelly's in the building. Good to see you. Welcome in. Andy Price, the man I always go to for my New Japan information, and definitely picked his brain this weekend. Good to see everybody, man. This is good stuff. Philly halftime. You're going to hear all about Logan Paul, your favorite wrestler tonight. I know you can't wait. It is, man. It is. They're picking up the pace. Give me the black and gold feelings. So that wrestling podcast, shout out to Jason. And Jay Vulture, everybody, man, they're all popping in now. William Kenna, good to see you. Each and every one of you guys, man, there's so much great wrestling on TV. We've talked about it all the time. McBride's here. But the way we like to do it here, your WrestleSense is like who you want to like, hate who you want to hate, boo who you want to boo, cheer who you want to cheer. That's your WrestleSense. We're not here to tell you who you should be a fan of. Be a fan of whoever you want. It's a great time to be a pro wrestling fan. One of the biggest pro wrestling fans I know, and it has been for a long time, the voice of Southwestern Pennsylvania indie wrestling. Doc, what's up?
Oh, nothing, man. Nothing. Trying to play my AEW Fight Forever. I can't because I have a 8-year-old who just hogs it 24/7.
Is he Darby all the time?
No, believe it or not, he actually is playing Road to Elite. We have an Xbox One X, not the Series X, but the One X, and he's enjoying every minute of it right now. He actually just defeated Mr. Brody, the late great Mr. Brody Lee.
So you unlocked him.
He unlocked him. He unlocked him before I did. Like, I have to go back on my profile and still do all this shit. So
I was gonna say, it's one thing I don't like is you can't do multiple roads to the elite. That's one thing I wish you could have, like 3 or 4 slots for roads. But like I just said, and I've been preaching it the last couple of days, they're just going to add to this game. There's no game coming out next year. They're just going to keep adding it live, more DLCs.
As long as we've waited for this damn game, bring it up. I actually got the FTR. I thought that was kind of cool. However, you have to actually put all this stuff. They don't have that cool Midnight Express music though for FTR.
Yeah, I first thing I did when I downloaded is turn all the jukebox off because when I live stream, I can't have that music because I'll get copywritten. So I just played my own music, or the sound effects in the game is awesome. Like the little and all the weird noises they make. It's really great. It's really great. Really great. I got a new layout. Let's see what the layout looks like. This is for when we pull up the stuff, so I can pull up quotes and not cover people's faces. So we'll use that here in a little bit. Okay. Good shout out to Raph. It's just me and you right now. So
it kills me. The fact I wish the roster be. Everybody's like, oh, it is bigger. I guess you have to unlock people throughout that road to elite, which I mean, I swear I saw Evil Uno at one point. I want to see Brody Lee, and I want to see Buddy Matthews, and I want to see Julie Hart. I want the House of Black in that game.
You have to fight 100 fights to get Owen Hart. That's how you unlock him, 100 matches.
What the fuck, really?
Yep, he unlocks after 100 matches. So there it is. There's Sean's new channel, My NXT Hot Take. You guys check it out. If you guys like NXT, check that out. He's doing reviews over there each week. The barbed wire match is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's insane. I'm 0-1 in barbed wire matches against the child. I picked Miro. He picked Moxley. It just wasn't God's Champions night.
Yeah.
So
the casino battle royals are nice too, but I hate the fact you can't pick all the competitors. They just throw them in there. I want to be able to pick the 20.
Oh, I meant. Sorry. Yeah, Brody Lee. I meant to say. Wait, Brody King. Brody King is not in the game. I'm kind of bummed about that. Yeah. Brody King. Sorry about that. I apologize.
Brody Lee, Brody King, all the Brodies.
You know what? I get when I say those two, I always slip up the name on that one for some reason.
I do too.
I mean,
there we go. There he is.
Brody King's something else. So
good to see you, CJ. Mm-hmm. How's it going? You didn't miss anything. We're talking video game stuff, so I know you don't care. So.
Perfect. I just had some other wrestling related business to handle here real quick.
I don't know if you noticed the updated intro. I updated the intro a little bit.
I did not.
Added some new stuff, and I combined our first and our last one and combined the intro a little bit different. Nothing really major.
Cool.
So we're going to talk Forbidden Door and Money in the Bank. So that's plain and simple, very cut and dry. Let's make some sense of Money Forbidden Door first.
Yeah.
Well, normally I have a million slides, but this week, no, just a couple. So we're going to go through and just shoot the shit about what we think about the matches. Let me go to the new layout here. There we go. All right. So now I don't have to cover up anybody's. Let's see. When I show a quick test. Yeah, I'm just covering me up, not CJ. Normally covering you.
It don't fucking. Oh, that looks well. We're all like, yeah, that works good, right?
Yeah,
right.
And if more people come, we'll all be along the bottom. So all right.
On the side though.
Yes. Yeah. See, now you can see from the side, right above CJ too. It's very apropos.
Perfect.
All right. So we're going to touch on Collision and Dynamite. We're going to spend most of the time on Forbidden Door since it all, works into this. Collision basically led right into it. We talked about last week's Dynamite, which was pretty much the go-home show, even though there was 2 shows. Is there anything from Collision you guys want to mention? There's not really anything that stuck out. It's just leading into
I mean, in my honest opinion, it was at times a little bit cringe watching Tanahashi try and go off the top rope. But I mean, Swerve, being the professional that he is, covered it up so well.
Yeah, he did.
It's kind of funny how now there's like the AEW fan base. I'm not saying it's split, but there's a lot of people that like Collision type of show better than the Dynamite type of show because they are a little different, in my opinion. You guys
mark my words. I think Collision is going to become kind of like the A show.
Well, look how long Raw was, and then SmackDown became the better show and the A show.
Because I know we're not touching on it tonight, but I didn't even watch all of Dynamite last night. It was pretty effing lame, in my opinion.
I've had so many. Wait, you said you didn't watch it, but it's lame?
I didn't watch all of it. I turned it off before it was over because I got bored.
Because I have heard anything from that to it was the best Dynamite of the year. I've heard.
Oh, that's not even close to being.
It wasn't.
It may have been that way for some people. Yeah. I am not that guy.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy. I mean, there was some cringe-worthy moments in that.
There was.
We'll get to that. Let's do Forbidden Door first. Like I said, we're going to talk about it.
CJ, did you turn it off when the girl from QT TV stole your? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I about got off when that happened.
Oh, okay, well.
Well, that's Isaiah. Isn't that Isaiah Cassidy's little thing? Yeah. He kind of does that.
Harley Cameron is a smoke show, man.
Yeah, she is. I actually saw her when they were in Pittsburgh, and that's when we were in the rich people seats, and we stole the rich seats.
So let's break down the Forbidden Door. We did that last week to get ready, and believe it or not, Doc, you are now a 5-time picker champ in a row.
I know you're fucking kidding me right now. How?
Well, we all picked the same thing for most of the matches. We only had like 2 or 3 matches that
I'll tell you why, because I don't pick I pick like from if I
You
was
want to win.
booking it,
Yeah.
and so I'm okay with being wrong.
Yeah, like I forget which there was one match that kind of flipped it where Doc had to pick and we didn't, which
Yeah.
like I said, we talk about this all the time. We don't do predictions. We just, like CJ says, if we were Booker or who we'd want to win.
Yeah.
So it's really, that's why
I'm fine with losing every single time.
That's
I'm
why I
good
don't
with
take
that.
it as a competition.
I do it on how I would book it.
Yeah, we're just
That's all
sharing our
good. Like I
opinions.
said, that's cool though.
Yeah.
It's exciting, but we're rock on.
We've never called it predictions for that reason because, predictions just make you look dumb.
Hey.
Preview.
Yeah, we just preview it and we review it. This match I didn't have on the big slides, but because we didn't know Naito was going to be the other person. But did you guys both got to see Forbidden Door, right?
Yes. Yeah, I did.
So what'd you think of this, CJ, with this 6-man matchup?
I thought it was decent. I was kind of hoping for a Sammy split from JAS or what have you, but I mean I feel still that that's going to be coming sooner rather than later. Maybe it did last night, and like I said, I didn't watch all of Dynamite, so
it's a slow burn apparently with that,
and that's fine. That's fine because I still feel like there's a lot of people that are kind of have a little bit of ill will towards Sammy, and that's okay.
Yeah. What about you, Doc?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact I kind of called it because I said if anybody's going to take that pin, it's going to be Suzuki because it doesn't hurt him anyway. Because he's a legend within itself.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, there's nothing but legends throughout this match when it comes to Jericho, Sting, and Suzuki and Naito. But like I said, when Suzuki took the pin, I kind of had that feeling. So,
what's up, Big Chuck? Good to see you.
I enjoyed it though.
Yeah, I said this a million times. Sting and Chris Jericho, two of my all-time favorites, if not my two, number one and number two over all time. Even though they're older, when they face off and they did the little bat thing and stuff, I marked out. I loved it. Those are my two. I don't care how old they are. I just want to see them interact. And it was interesting. It was fun. And I think, what did we get? Last night they did, what was it, Sting and Darby versus tag match, Jericho.
Yeah, Painmaker Jericho and Guevara.
So I mean, we could get the Dynamite, but we might as well talk about it now. The Sting spot where he took the jump instead of he got hurt, he got injured. So
didn't see it.
He got injured.
Yeah, I just heard he hit his face off his knee and there's
busted a couple teeth or something.
Yeah,
2 tables, but the second table when I think Sammy was setting up, it broke.
He smacked his fucking chin off,
and he only got the first. I mean, I thought he was going to just stand and cheer Darby on as Darby jumped, but the Stinger 63, 64, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people are knocking him for doing it. He doesn't need
because he doesn't need to.
It's true. It's true. He's a legend. He doesn't need to do that.
You think he just wanted to try it for fun? I mean, I hate to say for fun, but the simple fact is, in WCW days, guys, he really didn't get as crazy. So I think maybe he's just like, damn it, I've always wanted to do this. Fuck it, I'm going to go for it. If I'm going out, I'm going to go out in the blaze of glory.
That's, I think, it is last hurrah. Like, why not? Yeah. If I'm going to retire after he addressed it in the scrum afterwards. They literally just asked him, is this it? Will Wembley be your last match? And he was like, probably not.
No.
He said probably not, but it's sooner than later that he'll be done. I like that approach. We don't need no definite here's when.
No, leave it open so it's kind of more special. I feel.
I just hope it doesn't end with an injury. Doing something like that where it very well
like we thought with Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
True. So
and I get it. Randy Orton, it looks like he's coming back, and thought he was going to be
Saturday. Done. Yeah, I mean he's going to have to adjust his style of work.
Of course,
that's fine.
Yeah. What's this? What we got here, Chuck? Do y'all think we'll see Ethan Page's old karate guy gimmick? I don't know. I just want to see more Ethan Page.
I like everything he's doing.
Yeah, I just want to see more of him.
What it is. Yeah,
Ethan Page is awesome.
Now they got three shows.
He's a toy collector, like me.
Yeah. So we went over these matches like this last week. We'll go through top left first. Garcia, Cassidy, Shibata, and Zack Sabre. Cassidy retaining. I mean, I was kind of with CJ on this one, thinking that Garcia.
I tell you what, though. I mean, I feel like Sabre was the star of this match, man.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the simple fact is like all 4 of these guys put it out there. They went out and did what they had to do. But man, at the end of the day, Cassidy's still your champ. And I mean, simple fact is he's on a tear right now. And like I said, and I mean, to quote CJ, he is having some of the best matches of his career right now. So
I feel like it's going to come to an end pretty soon. He needs a break.
I would love to see him and Zack Sabre in Wembley. I mean,
I think that would be great.
I mean, I want to see Omega and Ospreay again. I don't know if it's going to be that soon, but Ospreay and Zack Sabre over there, I would think that would be, a gimme that hopefully they come back. So yeah, it was a good match. Garcia with the little with the sports entertaining, his little dance and
so
shit.
Good.
I didn't know he had that in him. I like when you see a different side to a wrestler. I love when they do that. Hope Shibata won. I forgot he was the pure champion in ROH. I forgot all about that. And the interaction between him and Orange was hilarious. I mean,
yeah, it was.
I like it. And like you said it very well with the last match when we have 4 legends and 2 young guys. These are like, I'd say Shibata and Sabre have been around longer, but to give Cassidy and Garcia that rub with those guys, it was a fun match.
Yeah, it was.
Owen Hart first round, Punk and Kojima. I know a lot of people wanted to see Punk and Kenta, but CJ, what'd you think about Punk's first singles match since his return?
I think he played to his strengths and, not hid his weaknesses, but hid that little bit of rust, and he played off the crowd. And I just want to see him full on heel, to be honest.
Me too. Well, they're going back to All Out in Chicago, and it is a week after All In. Do you guys think we got a streaming service coming? It seems like there is.
It's going to be HBO Max, I feel like.
That's what
now Max.
Yeah, I can't see them charging $50 2 weekends in a row.
Yeah, I think we're going to have the streaming service sooner or later. As soon as you see the exact sentence, a special announcement from Tony Khan next week. So,
I mean, they've all been really good announcements, no matter what people want to say. It's been really prevalent information for the landscape of the future of AEW.
I'm not dissing him or anything. I just think it's funny though.
It's just a great marketing tool. Why wouldn't you want people to tune in next week?
People overhyping it, not the company itself overhyping it. So fuck off.
Correct. Let's go to Tony Storm and Willow Nightingale.
It was what it was.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it because I love Willow. So, but I kind of figured she was when I saw what championship it was for, I definitely knew Tony was going over.
Yeah, and a little bit of you knew the Outcasts were going to try to get involved in too, but it was a fun match. They're two great women wrestler, man. You can't deny it.
Yeah.
BCC versus the Elite last night. We do know there will be blood and guts now with this feud. It is coming, and it's going to be on Dynamite.
I mean,
which I like.
I do too.
I'm about over this whole thing. Just finish it already, please.
Hopefully blood and guts will be the end of it. What do you guys think of the dynamic between Eddie and Moxley, though?
Love it.
Love it too. The struggle, the best friend. Do I hit you? Do I not hit you?
Yeah, it's
AEW doesn't have stories, though, guys. It was fun. It was fun to see all those.
And, if people think that AEW doesn't have stories, maybe you shouldn't watch it. Then.
Yep. And Takeshita, superstar.
Oh
my God, what a superstar.
Yeah, he's doing good.
Gav, what is happening, my man? Oh, yeah, they're already showing All Access on Max. That's true. So it is like a sign that it's coming.
Yeah.
My man Jay Savage, what is up, solo season? Great to see you as well.
And I hope that when Max does this, they do it like WWE with Peacock. They have their own special thing you go up to. You just hit on it.
Will. Yeah,
that's so cool though. That is
tiers.
Awesome.
I pay $5 for Peacock. I don't care about the ads and all the extra bullshit. $5 to get all the pay-per-views, I'm down. So hopefully they do some tiers, with the Max for the wrestling stuff. And I'm hype about it. It really seems like it's going to happen.
None of it.
I know you steal everything.
I don't steal shit, bro.
He borrows it.
He borrows a signal from something else.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jack Perry and Sonata. We kind of saw what was coming. I thought they were going to not do the turn, which I was cool with. Let's tease it and do it later. But then he nailed him. Then I thought he was going to throw him off the stage or something.
I like what happened after the match more so than the match itself.
But when they interviewed Hook?
I just feel like I don't know a whole lot about Sonata because Japanese wrestling isn't my favorite thing, but I feel like there might have been a little bit of legitimate animosity between the two, and it just didn't mesh well on screen, in my opinion. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like...
What part did you notice that? I just watched the match. I thought that they did really well together. I mean,
I'm not saying that they didn't do well. It just didn't vibe for me.
Well, the one thing Doc, did you see Dynamite last night?
Yes.
Jack Perry's heel promo.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
I loved it. His sentence at the end. I'm banging the hottest bitch back there, and you guys are all out here. So I thought that was great.
And I said last week, and I was hoping they did it. He didn't need to cut all the hair off or nothing, but he had it slick back in a little ponytail, look a little, the sunglasses.
He had his dad's jacket. That's his dad's jacket, believe it or not. That's Luke Perry's jacket.
He gave me big Luke Perry vibes. He really did. So I didn't even know that was his jacket.
He gave me Hyde from that 70s show vibe.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I thought about it, and I was like, damn.
You guys didn't see the memes already out there?
No, I didn't, but that's perfect.
I can't take credit for it, but
like I said,
it is
all day
true.
yesterday I was fighting forever on that damn video game. But yeah, that's gold. That's good. That's good. Thank you. And you're so humble and honest, not even taking credit for it.
I'm not going to take credit for something if I don't deserve it.
I dig it. So we kicked off the show with MJF and Tanahashi. Doc, I mean, we pretty much knew we didn't think Tanahashi would walk away with the title.
I thought MJF did really well. Like you said, Tanahashi's knees are going. He's just getting up there. It's just the Warhorse is coming to a close. But I really loved how MJF told the story. Like he just didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there. He wanted to get it done and over with. Tanahashi, gave him a semi-ass beat, and of course the ring was a factor. And boom, 1, 2, 3.
It was good.
Seems like it's always a factor. But
I think my favorite part outside of the match itself was the tweet that MJF had scheduled that went out, I think, before the match was even over, saying like, "Oh, I should have him already beat by now." So.
And then the video he put out, he's already heading to the airport. I'm out of here. I'm done with this. So
yeah.
Well, they weren't asking for him at the scrum, but a lot of people were definitely asking for Punk at the scrum. But we didn't get Punk or Elite at the scrum.
I think Punk's not going to be at a lot of the scrums. No. I don't think we're going to see him for a while.
I think Punk was out of that building as soon as his match was done.
Yeah. Speaking of scrum, did you guys see it? The scrum.
I did not.
Chris Jericho. Did you hear what he did?
Yes. He flipped out on Sting.
He threw a bottle and
hit it with a baseball bat. He hit somebody in the head.
Hit a reporter in the head, and dude was bleeding.
Oh, good for him.
And you can see the look. It's funny because we talk all about last year when CM Punk went off and Tony Khan sat there. Tony Khan felt like he needed to do something. He's like, "That's unacceptable, Chris. Get out of here! Get out of here!" So I'm like, he was going to say something. But that was kind of funny, and I'm sure the way Jericho is, he probably feels like shit after he did that. Realizing,
he probably apologized after.
It could be a lawsuit. They'll hand him a bunch of free shit.
Oh, that ain't going to be no lawsuit.
Try to avoid a lawsuit by handing him a bunch of signatures and all that good stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
Do we go to the main event or do we go to the match of the year candidate?
Match of the year. Let's go to match of the year.
Kenny and Ospreay. A lot of people love it. There is a part where I agree with CJ.
I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Just get it off your chest. The referee.
The match itself was fucking phenomenal. But in the grand scheme of the whole product with everybody involved, why in the fuck do you kick Don Callis from ringside, then allow him to come back out? And if when he came back out, they went straight to the finish, fine. But he was out there for like 5 fucking minutes. Poor Paul Turner. I know he's just doing his job, doing what he's told to do. Quit burying your fucking referees. It drives me fucking nuts.
Yep.
It took away from the match, man. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, the in-ring work from Ospreay and Omega was fucking top notch. But that took away from it, man.
The screwdriver could have been underneath the apron or somewhere else, or Callis didn't have to come back out to get
Omega could have went under the ring and got the fucking screwdriver himself.
Yep, it did take away.
Man.
I mean,
to
me, after the years, I don't like to pick match of the year candidates until November,
Kenny
December.
Taking that bump. I'm glad he's
the head drop.
Fuck, man.
Tiger driver,
yeah, dude. It's not necessary.
Hurt my neck.
It's not. If you take that move out of the match, and again, I can't take credit for this. I think I got to steal it from Bully Ray. You're still going to be talking about how good this match is without that bump in it.
Amen. Well said. Doc, do you have anything to add to that about that? I mean, the match was phenomenal.
Yeah, the match was phenomenal in its own right. And I think, people like CJ that, not only is he, the art of refereeing that he knows.
Yeah,
it's just a simple fact is he's right, though. The simple fact, you are out there you are sent to the back. You don't come back after you're sent. That's it. That's the end of it, unless there's like a quick schmoz in the back. Referee's knocked out or something. I get it. But he was wide awake and was looking right at him. So I get where CJ's coming from.
I was told by a friend of mine who photographs at a lot of indie shows that on the Japanese commentary, they had mentioned something about no DQ, which that's fine.
He still got thrown out.
But if they didn't say that on the American commentary,
Yeah.
and if it was no DQ, then don't fucking throw him out. Just do a better job admonishing him
Amen.
to try, because it's just like, and it happens time and time again in AEW, that the rules don't mean fucking shit.
Yeah, they do that too much. And now that I think about it, they threw Don Callis out. If they needed to get the screwdriver, the 2 security guards were still out there.
Yeah,
They
not
could have
only
had
that, but they threw the Outcast from ringside the
Yes.
match right fucking before.
Yeah, true. So I mean, overall, before we get to the final match, I enjoyed the show, but there were things like that did stick out that kind of made me think a little bit like, man, they could have been better.
And again, I'm not the biggest guy on Japanese wrestling. I think this Forbidden Door was better than the first one.
Yeah, you got some bigger names that were hurt last year. I mean, and I don't, like you said, I didn't know much about Sonata. Now I know a little more. I didn't know much about a couple of these guys from the pre-show that we're not talking about, but I was introduced to some new, really good wrestlers. And, you know, I took it for what it was. Once again, though, too long of a pay-per-view, in my opinion.
Agreed. But you got to
over 5 hours.
5.5, I think. Yeah.
I think that's now it would have been longer if we didn't have the incident in the other match with Okada and Danielson. And a lot of people are saying it was lackluster because it had to follow Omega and Ospreay. I mean, the bottom line to me,
I disagree.
Guy fought with a broken freaking arm.
They did.
And
I know a guy that fought with a broken
freaking
fucking
neck.
heel.
How about someone who won the Olympics with a broken freaking
Yeah.
neck? So we'll talk about the match more, but I have to look at the break. That's a lot worse than he was playing it off.
It's well, and it does, but I will tell you this: it's a nice, clean break.
Yeah.
So yes, is it worse? But it's not as worse as it could have.
But
been.
I don't see him making All In.
Oh no, he's gonna. Originally, it was what 6 to 8 weeks. It's gonna be probably
couple months.
It's probably gonna be 3-4 months.
Yeah, which sucks because I really wanted to see maybe this match again or something else, but shit happens.
Again, the difference between someone like myself and him, he's making millions of fucking dollars. So
and let's be real about it too. Everyone's criticizing Sting for doing the high moves and dropping Omega on the head, which I agree are not necessary. This was an elbow drop. And Brian even said in the scrum, I did not put my arm in a safe position. It's my fault that my arm's broken.
Yeah. My heel was my fucking fault.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Preston's fault, but yeah.
But my point is, whether it's a super high impact maneuver or a basic move, you can get hurt. You can slip walking out of your house.
That's the nature of the fucking beast.
Yeah.
I could walk to my car leaving work tomorrow and somebody fucking take me out.
See, but Solo, I think that
they are not trying to kill Sting.
I think Sting said it's my last hurrah. Why not? I'm going to do it. Yep.
Yeah, it's and here I didn't notice this.
I don't think they're forcing anything to do.
Did with Danielson. Apparently, he had a seizure during the match.
Yeah, I saw him start to do that. Now, I've heard both sides of the story of that. He was selling it to get the doctor to check on him.
I don't think he was.
Because he did it twice too, so I don't know.
I
whatever it was,
legit.
This is a good example. We've talked about this in the past of something happening that's not supposed to in a match, and they still have to take it home and find a way. Like, he couldn't do the crossface. He rolled to that other submission, which might not have been the real end, but it looked
Probably
good.
Wasn't, but with his arm hanging limp like
sense.
my 1-inch pinch, that's the best he could do.
And how many? I mean, I haven't watched Okada, but all I keep hearing is the dude doesn't tap out. He's hardly ever tapped out forever. And for Danielson to still have to make him tap out with a broken arm, they made the most out of a bad situation.
That
in a great
shows
match.
the respect that they have for each other. That they didn't totally throw a not a curveball, but change the finish on the fly. And they still went with a submission, even though it may not have been the one that was originally planned.
It looked good, though. It looked like something that would make the guy tap.
Fucking good.
Because we've seen his crossface a million times. And I mean, with the injury going to put him on the shelf for a couple months, maybe I'd love to see this match again. Maybe Forbidden Door 3 next year.
Yeah.
Or maybe soon. I don't know. But it was very, I mean, that's a match. That was the dream match of all these dream matches that people were saying. You know, it was, there you go.
And
15 is the last time he tapped out.
Yeah. And what's the good thing about that is that there's opportunity for that match to happen again. And this was a solid match, but we all three of us know, I'm sure they could do better.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I don't believe in the people that's saying that Omega Ospreay should have main evented. This should have main evented.
Wally, I'm going to have to disagree with you a little bit there, buddy, because any injury, injury could be.
Depends on the I think what Wally's trying to say, if it's a career-ending injury, maybe they can still be a
that's not a career-ending injury.
Yeah, Wally's.
Yeah, I got you though.
Yeah.
I got you.
But yeah, that's a break, and like you said, it's a clean break. Speaking of break,
it's a real fucking clean break.
I didn't think it was that bad, but hey, get better. Hope to see him back.
It's bad, but not as bad as it could be.
But speaking of breaks and injuries, we got some positive news on the CJ side. I heard a rumor about.
Positive, yeah. I mean, I'm 100% healed up from surgery itself. The bones are in really good shape. The hardware, I finally found out what they did. I have 3 screws in the back of my foot holding everything together. Yesterday, I got the okay to start walking. I am still in the boot, but it's not necessary for me to do crutches or my little knee scooter gimmick or anything like that. I'm wiped the fuck out because today was the first day that I've walked in 2 months. I start physical therapy next Thursday. We're looking at probably a couple months of physical therapy, and we'll go from there, see what happens. But in all sincerity, the road to recovery truly started today.
Yeah. But that's amazing news to get from the injury already.
Not even 6 weeks from surgery, and I'm walking.
It's phenomenal. So
yeah, and that's what I mean.
And you got screwed too.
Yeah, dude. I got screwed 3 times. It's about time I get some kind of action.
Damian Hernandez in the chat. He's famous for saying really stupid shit, and this is even some stupid shit too. Yeah, he did say he's on the tail end of his career too, but we always bust Damian's
he ain't
balls.
Retiring from that.
Not yet.
I always bust everybody busts Damian's balls.
Yeah.
Let's move on to a little bit. I mean, we talked about we're not going to get real in depth with it, but last night we saw the Jack Perry promo. We saw a little bit of the aftermath of Forbidden Door, because now they don't have really time. They got to get ready for what's coming up soon. And they announced the Arthur Ashe too. I forget what day, but they did announce Arthur Ashe is coming.
The Kingo is just an entity in himself. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I enjoy him.
He is unreal.
I mean, I enjoy him, but I mean,
no, I will not kiss your ass.
That is somebody that I'd like him to get more into the storytelling side. We get it, dude. You're fucking athletic.
Yeah.
Now make me feel what you're doing.
Yeah. It's definitely, we know his ability. Let's see the next level and what else he can do.
That's what takes someone from just athletic to, in my opinion, a superstar.
Yeah.
Like a Seth Rollins or a Roman Reigns or an MJF or the list could go on and on.
MJF and Adam Cole, the dynamic between those two. They got picked for a tag team, and now they did the old, you saw Roderick Strong didn't understand why, and then they end up leaving in the car together. I think it's interesting.
It was hilarious. Yeah. That was my favorite part.
I love when he pulls out the shirt, "Better than you, baby," and he just goes, "Jesus," and he walks out. He has nothing else to say. I think he actually was going to laugh. That's why he just exited so quick. He was like, "Jesus."
So
I couldn't stop laughing.
We got the blind eliminator tournament. Now we already know that MJF and Adam Cole are a tag team. I just read that now Swerve
and Keith
Lee got picked as a tag team.
Of course they did.
I don't want too many of those. I don't want too many of those.
Yeah.
The 2 of them make sense. And Darby's teaming with, I forgot they just picked his teammate the other day too.
Do you know what I loved was Battle Bowl for WCW? Do you guys remember? It's kind of like masks that but you draw the names right in front, like all the wrestlers would draw names, and Abdullah the Butcher ended up drawing Sting, and got all happy and Houston was like, and then he's like, all right, I was just gonna talk about Abdullah real quick, if you don't mind. Just 2 seconds.
I mean, I could leave the podcast too. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if it's just a sentence, that's all. It's just Abdullah running down the road, run down the aisle with Sting's name in his one hand and the other hand going like he's all happy. As soon as he gets to the ring, he stabs it with a fork. One of the best things I see. But go ahead now. I'll hear you.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Somebody in the chat help me out. Who's Darby Allin's partner for that tournament? I don't feel like looking it up.
I can find it.
We're gonna keep
Guevara. I heard it was Sammy.
It's 2 young guys. I can't remember who the other guy was. Is it Sammy?
I don't know if it's Sammy. I think it is. I just want to say it just to piss him off.
Of course. We are going to head to WWE. We're going to talk a little bit about just a little brief thing about NXT and then into Money in the Bank right after this. All right, I saw Doc's take on this already, so tell me what you think about it. We got the return last night of the Lone Wolf. Doc?
Loved it. Was very excited about it, and it's time.
Yeah.
He's played a joke for so long. Happy Corbin, sad Corbin, the general manager.
Boring Corbin.
It was just, I really feel that like with the Lone Wolf, and he brought it. That was a great match between those two. That's all. CJ?
I actually didn't watch all of NXT Tuesday, so I missed this. Now, they were saying that it was the original like theme, but it didn't sound like it to me.
No, he had a theme before the.
I like the theme before this one that I feel like it was on Tuesday. But regardless, I'd rather have
it was the
Lone
one.
Wolf.
It was the one whenever the spotlight hits him and like
it didn't sound like it to me. Maybe
really?
It was maybe it was bad audio quality on the video that I caught. But no, I'm all about him doing that's when I liked him the most. When he was giving people end of days on the floor and
and he didn't talk much. He just went in, beat their ass,
because
and
he didn't
out.
need to.
No.
Yeah, he was fucking wrecking shop. I love it though. Yeah.
We did miss something very important that I wanted to talk about, and you guys brought up theme songs. The final countdown.
Oh yes.
Okay, here's the thing though with that.
Go ahead.
I know it probably cost yes.
In the scrum, he even asked. Tony Khan would not answer.
Well, of course, because you're opening up a can of fucking worms for all these other guys. You'll pay 500 fucking grand for fucking a song for one fucking night, and I can't even get like a 6-figure fucking contract. Come on,
the
man.
50 Cent song for the Guns. That was only used many men one night.
Yeah.
So it's like
that probably wasn't as much as the final countdown, but
Now, see, I heard with the final countdown, it was bought by another company.
It was.
He was able to get it at a more reduced rate than what the 80s hair metal band Europe wanted. So.
Yeah, for sure. But it still was probably a nice fucking chunk of change. I'm telling you, it cost him 6 figures to get that song for that night.
But like, just like Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting for Collision. Like he knows that these well-known songs can make a little bit of a difference. I mean, is he paying too much for some of them? Probably.
Like the NBA song?
Yeah, the NBA
song? Yeah.
I like that type of nostalgia, man. That hooks me. That gets me. I mean, when I heard the song Final Countdown, I was like, is he really coming out to that?
That place went fucking ape shit, dude. So that was cool as shit. So
yeah, come on, mods. Thank you, Monstar. Music is a big deal. The things that they've done for a lot of these wrestlers is amazing, and then
it sets the tone for the match. If they got a humper of a theme song, man.
Speaking of a humper, Ray, what's up, humper?
Let's see here. Should have been back 45 minutes ago. About 3 old ladies. Almost got ran over by a tractor trailer. It's been a good day.
Hell yeah.
Another day in southwestern Pennsylvania.
Pretty much. Yep.
So pretty much all we've done so far is we're getting ready to do a Money in the Bank preview, but your overall, we just covered Forbidden Door. Your thoughts real quick, if you got things to talk about on Forbidden Door?
I mean, overall, it was a good show. I like Tanahashi and MJF. I thought Ospreay and Omega should have closed the show. Okay. I do, however, think the Wrestle Kingdom match was better. And I agree with CJ, what he put in our group chat about the stupid-ass booking decision with Callis.
Yeah.
Why not have Takesh to be the one to give the screwdriver, or Kyle Fuller, or I mean, you could have won 100 other ways.
Yeah, the two security guys.
There's two security guys still standing out there. He didn't have
to not basically just blow the referee up like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, and then obviously I enjoyed Okada and Danielson. However, I just feel like it going on after Omega was a mistake. I think if you watch that match as a snapshot by itself, not in the context of where they stuck it in the show, it would actually be better than it came across. It didn't come across bad.
No.
It was a good match. But I feel like if we waited like a week or two and then just watched that match standalone, it'd probably rate in all of our minds way higher than what we're rating it right now.
Yeah. What about the broken arm of Bryan Danielson?
Hey, he worked 10 more minutes with it. That's my kind of dude.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it just is unfortunate because, coming into hopefully he's back by All In.
I don't think he will be.
He said that he would be, and then Bree put on there that the injury's worse than.
Yeah.
She put it on Twitter that it's worse than anticipated. So
it's going to be 3-4 months, I bet.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen miracles happen, but as soon as he can go back, I'm sure he will. I'd like to see that match again. But the thing we talked about earlier, Ray, was freak accidents happen. It was just an elbow drop, and he said he didn't put his arm in a safe spot, so he blamed himself. Which, we talked about Omega getting dropped on his head, Sting jumping off the ladder last match and getting injured. Like shit happens with big moves, but you can get hurt with the smallest, little, simplest move, Ray.
Absolutely. I mean, CJ's case in point.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up another one is I know a certain commentator from Monday Night Raw that did a run-in and threw a punch and blew his knee out.
Yeah.
So
look at Shane McMahon when he got hurt. He didn't. He just
look at Vince. As far as Danielson saying like positioning himself, it is on you when you're taking a move like that. Like from personal experience, I took a splash from another big guy one time, and I didn't exhale properly. Like I kind of
knocked the wind out of yourself.
I was unexpected, and it ended up throwing my back out to the point where like I had to go. I could barely walk after the match, and dislocated a disc in my back because I know how to take the move. I've taken frog splashes off the top. You know what I mean? Like it's not a big deal, but it was just me being stupid, and I didn't exhale to absorb the impact. I breathed out, so whenever he hit me, it was like blowing the wind out of a balloon quick, and it jacked me up.
Yeah.
So I knew that he was kind of injured. I saw him favoring his arm, but I didn't realize it till in the scrum he had that thing on, and he said win it. So I went back and watched the match, and to see him go to a different submission at the end because
I'm gonna have to watch it again. I want to see where he had the seizure.
Yeah, because I don't know. The first time he started shaking, it was after the injury, I believe. So I thought it was like a way to get the doctors to come in and check on him, so he could be like, dude, we got to, head to the end or something. I can't do certain things. And sure enough, he even took some nice spots from Okada with the broken friggin' arm. So big shout out to him for everything he did there. And we are just about to talk about Money in the Bank. So blank in the bank, I called it because whoever wins, it's going to be this person in the bank or that person in the bank and all that good stuff. So, I think they'll probably start out with a Money in the Bank match and then do one later. But let's talk about Cody and Dom first. And once again, we don't do predictions. We just talk about what we think would happen or what we'd like to happen. So, Ray, what you think how this one with Cody and Dom will kind of turn out? Shenanigans?
I've been loving it, honestly. Like, Dom is so over as a heel. It's fantastic. And Cody's, we all know, we've all talked about it on here, is doing his best work of his career right now. So, obviously, we're going to get – it doesn't hurt Dom to lose. Cody's going to go over clean. I don't see any reason for him not to. But I think it's going to be a really fun match because I think that big of a crowd, we know that crowd's going to be energetic as hell. They're going to boo him out of the building. They're going to eat right out of Cody's hand. and it's probably going to be a really fun 15-minute match. I think we'll probably get some shenanigans from Rhea, but I don't think it's going to affect the outcome.
Okay. So.
CJ, I think I'm thinking the same thing you're thinking. Do you want to go or do you want to go?
I'll go, and then you could just agree, or if yours is different. So
Go ahead.
I think Dom's over because of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I've seen the thing.
Yeah.
I looked up. I started smiling. You started smiling. I was like,
you
all
saw
right.
what face
Yeah.
I made as soon as
I didn't want to go with all the fan theories, but
it
It's
makes
writing
sense.
on the
I'm
wall.
not saying it doesn't. It
Yeah.
absolutely makes sense.
if anything would make sense, that would be one of them. And I feel like that just adds on to the whole story of, the comeback and earning the hard times and yada yada.
And it would
Plus-
give Dom a really great thing to be like, I beat Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that chicken shit heel kind of thing. Plus,
Yeah.
also, you got to look at it like this. The simple fact is Cody has called Brock a coward. He has called him out, and then who answers? Dom Mysterio. Slapping him in the back of the head, knocking, doing that chicken shit heel stuff that we're all loving right now. However, when you see this, I do feel that, I feel Rhea is getting ejected. Rhea will be ejected from the match halfway in, and then you're like, okay, this is it. This is where Cody's going to get that big. And then here comes Brock to shit on everybody's parade because he's good at that when it comes to Money in the Bank. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Look what he did the one year. He actually went and ruined the whole match and took the Money in the Bank case for himself.
Ray, would you agree?
Is that what he did, the boombox thing?
Yes.
Yeah, that was great.
I think it does a lot more good for Dom to win than it does for Dom to lose.
I agree.
Yeah, it could. I mean, this is a match where the
I
story
also
continues
don't
no
feel
matter
like
who
it
wins.
hurts him to lose either
It doesn't.
because he's just so over. They hate him so much, it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But, I mean,
Agreed.
it does make sense. I mean, they're doing the London show. It makes sense to bring Brock in. It makes sense to continue their storyline because the next big show then is SummerSlam.
Well,
So,
I've heard so many people bitch.
It makes perfect sense. I just don't.
I've heard so many people
Well,
bitch.
that's why they won't do it.
We never got a reason why Brock attacked Cody. We never got a reason why Brock decided to go after Cody. And I'm like, I just like to wait and see how it unfolds. That's just the way I am. I don't know. Some people just jump the gun and want immediate answers. So, Doc and CJ, you're both picking Dom?
Yep.
Okay.
We're going to stand on this island.
This will be the one you don't win because of me.
Probably.
I'm going to go with Cody winning. I'm not really sure how, but I'm interested in this match. I never thought I'd be interested in a Dom Mysterio match, but this story has kind of made me interested.
Maybe
So we'll
his
see how-
work's not the best, but I think it's improved.
Everybody's
fun,
reading
too.
my mind right now. I mean, CJ read my mind about this match. Monstar read my mind about the chat. So,
Are you reading my mind that I have to massively take a shit? So let's move on.
yeah, all right, let's move on.
Do you know what I think might happen in this match if Rhea comes out? And a lot of people will hate it. There's another female on the other side that we haven't seen on
Brandy.
WWE TV.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see Brandy at some point in time. I'm just saying. That's just my thought. I think we're going
I
to
know,
see her.
but
I
she's
think
such.
this is the time for it.
No, it has to be against someone weaker than you don't want your.
She comes out with
you don't want your
with a
women's
chair.
world champion.
Yeah, true. That's a good point.
You don't want, and I know disrespect. Brandy Rhodes is a pizzle
I just
compared
wanna
to
see
the
her.
athletes that I know you want to see her. Everybody want every
I
man
saw her
with
40th
genitalia.
birthday photo.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That made me want her on TV, so I see her a little more.
I've never seen these photos.
Doc's 100% right, though. I mean, like, if she comes in and attacks, then that would have to lead to a Brandy Rhea match, which we don't need
Yeah, true.
or want.
Google.
Maybe she
Yeah,
stopped
look
somebody.
up the photos. I think it was on her Instagram or
Yeah,
Twitter.
definitely worth it. So we got this match made recently, and Riddle and Gunther. We'll start with Ray again on this one.
Now,
What do you think?
Here's why I didn't go with the Brock Lesnar thing.
Okay.
Because I don't think you can have two of a similar thing. I think this is where we see Randy Orton return. I think we see a heel Randy Orton return to cost Riddle the belt and lead to a feud with them. And that's why I didn't think they're going to do that twice with two different people having massive returns like that. I do think it's Gunther over regardless, whether it's clean, whether they use the injury or whatever, whether it's shenanigans from the rest of Imperium. Or what I think is that Randy's ready to return.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that. So either Brock or Orton making a return at Money in Bank. I'm good with it. What about you, CJ?
Gunther.
Yeah, Doc.
Gunther.
I'm the same. So we're all pretty sure. I mean, I think it's going to take someone. Not that Riddle. I like Riddle. I like his comedic personality. I like when he tries to get serious. I like his game. But I don't think he's the one to knock off Gunther.
Riddle's not going to have a title put on him anytime soon because of his issues.
True.
Exactly.
True. He's got to pay his price, come back and pay his dues. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gunther just squashes the motherfucker. And just
I don't think
it's going to be a squash. Yeah, doesn't need him.
Yeah, but they've already played into the injury thing too. So I mean,
true.
They have an easy out to not make Riddle look weak by the fact that he's injured going into the match.
Was it only me, or I am crazy, so I won't even ask that. But the other night, when Raquel is at ringside for the unification of the tag team belts, I knew Liv was coming out. It was like the writing was on the wall. I'm like, why was Raquel even out there? Liv must be healed. And sure enough, she came out. So it wasn't a surprise to me at all. I deductive reasoning, I thought it's got to happen. And now we got this match. So
yeah.
Ray, start us off on this.
We should just call a winner because this is not even worth talking about.
Yeah,
really? Does anybody think they're
ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ronda.
I mean, they just unified the belts. I mean, I hope they get
up so bad.
I was impressed by the pop though for Liv on Monday.
Yeah. Because
pop,
I mean,
but it ain't
us,
matter.
She's lovable. The regular fans in the crowd, I'm sure they had no idea Liv was coming, but
her ass was eating those shorts.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll get Liv coming.
Jesus. Wow.
Please. Money in the Bank. Will it be Ricochet in the bank, Logan in the bank, Shinsuke in the bank, LA in the bank, Priest in the bank, Butch in the bank? Butch in the bank sounds kind of good, actually.
Do we all want to say it at the same time?
No, because I think there's
I don't think we're all going to be the same.
Good, Doc.
CJ, where are you at?
Doc, or CJ. Sorry, go CJ.
The only right answer for this, and that's what I'm going to go with, even though it's probably not going to happen, is LA Knight. But it's probably going to be Logan Paul.
That is a lot of people's opinion because as soon as Logan got announced last week, they're thinking, why else? I think, and I'm going to take my pick now, it's LA Knight if you make the right choice, in my opinion. And I think this match starts Ricochet versus Logan that we get at SummerSlam because they can do what they did before and do some high spots and put on an entertaining match, I believe. So I hope it's LA Knight, but there's all these rumors about Vince trying to nix it.
The only way this should be Logan Paul, and I'd be okay with it. Logan Paul wins, parades around with the briefcase, has a match against LA Knight with the briefcase on the line, and LA Knight takes it from him that way. That's the only way I'd be okay with Logan Paul winning the briefcase.
What about you, Doc?
LA Knight. That's who I'm calling to win, but I will say this. A little pipe dream of mine. I really would love it if Butch takes that case off and they interview him and they say, Butch, what did you do? And he grabs the mic and says, my name's not Butch. I'm Pete Dunne.
Butch in the Bank sounds so good, though.
Flip.
So, Ray, are you on the LA Knight train?
He's the only one with massive star written over him.
What about Priest, though? Don't you think that would help him out?
Or
I'm not saying it wouldn't
even
help him, but does he need it?
No. I don't think Priest nor Shinsuke need it. I'd love to see Ricochet too. Yeah. I'd love to see either. I want LA Knight.
There's not another guy in the match other than LA Knight that I feel was ready for that breakout moment.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need it on Logan Paul. And I'll play devil's advocate like CJ did. The only way I do Logan Paul is if Logan Paul cashes in the same night, wins the title, and loses it at SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. That way you get the massive publicity of him parading around with the belt, but he's only champion for a month. Seth wins it back at SummerSlam. And that would be the only possible way that I think Logan Paul should win it.
The only other thing I've heard is if Logan has it on his podcast doing it, I mean, that reach with that briefcase would be to millions and millions and millions.
That's why I said Logan Paul wins it, has a match with LA Knight with the briefcase on the line.
Has anyone ever done that? Put the briefcase on the line in a match?
Yeah.
Yes.
Edge took it from Mr. Kennedy.
Okay.
And
someone I'd love to.
Someone
took more than just that.
Miz took it from Otis too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But LA Knight, his pops have been insane.
But they're trying to make him heel still.
He's a great worker. He's great on the mic, and he's at the age where it's shit or get off the pot on him, and people are telling you they want him. So fucking do it. Push
There's
it.
all those Vince rumors saying he tried to get LA Knight fired. He thinks he's
he
too old.
He was fired before Vince.
Yeah. And he's trying to stop the fact that LA should have the briefcase.
I think he mentions that in his interview with Van Vliet.
Yeah,
he was fired.
Yeah,
it should be entertaining. I think we probably get a big spot with Logan or Logan and Ricochet during this match because there's ladders.
Speaking of Van Vliet, go out of your way to watch the Will Ospreay interview.
Yeah,
very, very entertaining.
Cool. Okay.
So there'll be hopefully it's entertaining. Money in the Bank. Let's talk about the ladies' Money in the Bank. A lot of people are saying EO. Is there anybody else that What do you think, Doc? You'll start out with you on this one.
I'm gonna say Becky. As much as everybody's like, I think they keep saying the sentence "Money in the Bank." They keep saying the Becky Lynch has not won one. I really feel that this is Becky's time for redemption.
CJ.
Again, I'll lose, but I'm good with that.
It's not about winning and losing.
I'm gonna say Zelina Vega.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with EO. I think is mine. I think that adds a dynamic between her and Bayley. Maybe she shoves Bayley off the ladder to win it, and then you really get the tension between them that they've kind of been teasing. I like Zoe Starks too. It could be a good way to elevate her. No one's really talking about her possibly winning it.
She's not ready.
Yeah, but yeah. I think EO ends up with it for some reason.
I agree with your sentiment of what happens, Blaze. Mm-hmm. I think they cost each other.
Okay.
And that starts the dissension, but I think your winner because of that and because of Zoe Stark is Trish Stratus. I think that just plays into heel persona coming out of the Becky thing. I think she carries it for a while. She probably disappears for a little while. You forget she has it. And we get one more title run for, the icon of the women's division, Trish Stratus.
Dude, I love it. Look at everyone's picking different. That makes this match more interesting to me because it could be a number of people for a number of reasons. So I'm down with it. We'll see. All right, we got 2 more matches, and of course, what the main event's going to be is the Civil War. But let's talk about: is there even a chance Finn gets the title here? Anyone?
No.
There's always a chance, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's Seth.
I mean, is there any more to this? We talked about Orton or Brock return earlier.
I wouldn't mind seeing Demon Finn.
Do I go with what I think WWE is going to do, or do I go with? I think they put it on Finn.
I wouldn't mind it.
Me booking right now, I put it on Finn. Mm-hmm. You have a lack of main event talent right now. The promos, the video package Monday night, and the promo from Finn Balor was fucking phenomenal. The Judgment Day are over like Rover. You have SummerSlam in just over a month away. You can do a title trade-off, and it's not like Seth looks weak. Seth's already defended the title, 4 times?
Yeah.
In this short month or whatever. He's already been more injured. He had the thing against Braun Breaker. Yeah. What if Braun Breaker interferes? What if the rest of the Judgment Day interferes? I want to see these two specifically carry on for a while. And
me too.
The way to do that is to trade the belt back and forth. And then you think about it, Seth took away my Universal title run.
Yep.
I took away his world title. And now we have the rubber match at SummerSlam. And think about the fans in the UK if Finn Balor wins the belt.
Good point. Very good point. Really can't ignore that. Not that they always make the fans in the home country happy. Drew McIntyre singing songs at the end of that pay-per-view didn't do it for me.
That was the voice of an angel.
So I think they learned from that, though, because, think about, again, Finn's heel or whatnot, but the reaction and the shock and awe is there.
And it just silences that building. Silences that building like that.
To me, it's worth it.
Yeah, it is. It is, but they're not going to do that. As much as I would like to see that, I always love your.
I'm teetering now, to be honest. I still think Seth, but now
I kind of am too, but I'm sticking with Seth.
So I just can't wait to the match at this point. I'm sticking with Seth too, but
because I feel that way and I feel strongly about it, I'm going to go the opposite with Finn. because I'm probably going to lose anyways.
I'm more intrigued. Yeah, it's never been about winning and losing, especially since Doc has won 5 damn shows in a row. Main event, the Civil War. We've had a lot of people talking about what they think is going to happen, what other members of the NOI family, or Rikishi, who's going to show up, who's going to add, who are they going to get back together? I mean, where does this go? How does this end on Saturday, CJ?
Usos.
Okay. Any fallout afterwards, or
no?
any
I think
appearances by anybody else?
I don't think there needs to be, because if there's other appearances, they weren't involved in the story from day one. So why muddy the waters?
Day one pun.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even attempt to do that. So, but yeah, I mean, you could always get Jacob Fatu if he decides to show up, or he'll just take the money from the nonprofit organization and not show up.
Jesus. I think they just put a belt on him in MLW too, so I think they're going to try to put belts on all these family members wherever they are to try to keep them there. Doc, what do you think about the Civil War going on?
I think it's the Usos because Solo could take the pin. That way, Roman still, looks dominant. However, I feel like you're going to see some new members here soon to the Bloodline. I just don't know who yet. So
okay, now I've heard this
there doesn't need to be, but
true.
I feel
Jay had his shot against Roman. Now people are saying, what if Jimmy pins Roman and ends up getting to fight him for the title one time, maybe SummerSlam? So I don't mind that because it's a little different. I don't like the Usos as one of the greatest tag teams losing to a team, even though they're two great wrestlers that don't tag together. I'm just tag team traditionalist when it comes to that. So I want to say I'm torn, just like the picture shows.
I kind of think Roman needs to take the pin to show a little bit of weakness because he can't have that title forever.
No, he can't.
But I'm also going to say Usos get the win, even if it's a DQ win, a win. Ray, break it down for us, big guy.
I'm going to take tidbits of all of your ideas.
Cool.
However, I do believe the Usos win.
Okay.
I do believe it's Roman that takes the pin. And the reason why Roman takes the pin is he's going to get spiked by Solo Sikoa, who's going to turn his back on Roman and side with his brothers, leaving Roman on the island of relevancy all by himself.
Yes.
Black Adam shows up. Leaving Roman all by himself to basically melt down. I think we're at that part in the storyline where all the confidence, Roman thought he had had Jay in his back pocket and had him turning on Jimmy, and then that backfired on him on SmackDown. He got kicked in the face. Now he feels like Solo, they teased Solo going with the Usos and he didn't. And I feel like it's now time to break Roman down. And then I think Roman brings in other people. But I don't think it's family. I think he brings in someone like the Authors of Pain, who we've been hearing about coming back, is some big hired guns to take out the three brothers now of the Usos. And that's the next, in my opinion, evolution of the storyline to keep it interesting. Is Roman kind of on that back pedal now of they've all turned on me, everything, and he's fighting to keep power. And again, as CJ said, it shows a little bit of weakness with Roman and that he is, he's not infathomable. He can be beaten. He can be pinned. And then I think you see maybe, we're all thinking Jay and Jimmy, but they're building Solo. They've been building Solo like crazy.
Solo
and what if they start trying to push Solo to, I'm going to take the title from him. I'm going to put him down.
I've heard some people say he will be the man to take the title. This is interesting. I mean, you see this slowly crumbling. Now they're separate. What if we separate all four and have them fight each other? If this really breaks down,
I think this needs to be the end.
I don't think it's going to be. I think we either go further deeper, and then next year it's all going to come back together, and the family reunites. And then I'd love to see not Black Adam, but I don't know if we'll ever get The Rock in this storyline ever. But for the family to totally crumble and then come back together to realize they're stronger together in the long run, I think that's a long-term story they can keep telling. I don't know. I'm kind of with you, though, CJ. It's been a long time. If we're going to stop
it. It's been good. I just don't want it to get to the point where it starts to get stale. Not saying it would, but end it on a good note, high note, and
can they keep it? It's been such a great story for so long. They got to come up with some creative ways to keep this going if they can, but we'll see. Should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it, but we're going to look forward to the end of the day. Shout out to my Pittsburgh Maulers in the USFL Championship, and I'm going to see the Buccos tomorrow. First time I've been in a baseball game in about 10 years. But
if they don't cancel it.
No, they ain't canceling it.
Well, my brother bought tickets for me and my dad for Father's Day, so I'm kind of looking forward to hanging out.
Postponed today because of air quality.
Yeah, it was bad out there.
It happened today.
It's bad out there. I can't even see the mountains. Like, the visibility is really low. So shout out to everybody in Canada.
I had to take my Harley to the shop at 9 o'clock this morning, and I basically smelled like a burning pool all morning riding the bike.
So kick us off, Ray, at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, this podcast seemed short, didn't it?
Hey, we're over a little over an hour.
Maybe it's just me, because
this podcast seemed perfect length of time.
The perfect length.
At the end of the day, sorry I was late, boys. I'll be here next week with you, and then unfortunately the following week I won't be.
I won't be here next week, so I might be late. All right.
So hopefully we'll have some guest spots or something like that.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. Always fun.
I'm gonna play it by ear. It all depends on how. At the end of the day, I have to shit. Watch Money in the Spank Bank. Yeah. I said, I may be a little bit late next week. Next Thursday is my first physical therapy appointment, and the guy that I see is only there Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And with my work schedule, the only appointment I could get next week is Thursday at 6:40. So,
TJ, piece of advice: wear pants.
I know you like
to free ball it and make it weird, but
yeah, all I gotta say is let's fucking go.
All right, it's here. We're Pittsburgh people. It's here we go. Done.
Yeah. Let's fucking go.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna make this really fast. Enjoy wrestling because CJ has to shit.
At the end of the day,
stick around real quick after. I want to run something by you guys, but then I got to shit.
At the end of the day, next week, we'll talk about what happened at Spank Bank and the Money and all that good stuff. And
look,
what?
Just look in the chat real quick.
At the end of the day, JJ Rumham doesn't know that 8 o'clock's the starting time. JJ, maybe you're still hurting from that match when Tad beat.
He's just worried because he has nowhere to run next month. But we won't get into that.
How's he going to
run? He might not be running anywhere with his knee.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Welcome to the club, fuck boy. I've done it 8 times.
Damn.
On that note, at the end of the day, fuck boys, we out of here. Peace. I missed Ray's comments after the end of the show last week.
Oh, Mom's vagina.
Yeah, you read that too? I see that. Wow.
I love Mom's vaginas.
I talk about your mama, but I don't know the man.
Like a rubber band with some chewing gum on it.
Wow.
Oh, God, I might shit myself.
Oh, jeez. Why don't you just go run real quick? Bite your bottom lip, give it hell, and come back.
Jerk off with your foot.
I can't really
fucking run.
I can hobble.
The hobbling hobbit.
Oh, Jesus.
That was an old one, huh?
Yeah, these are some old school ones.
I had to get some pictures of you.
Oh, there's my favorite picture.
Get in the box and send it to Rumham.
My favorite picture. I love it. Shane, you can do it, Shane.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Shane. Come on, Shane. You can do it. Win.
Thanks, everybody, for making this a fun show.
Oh, my God.
Even you, CJ.
He's sweating right now. He's sweating. He got the meat shit.
Poking out.
If CJ's pieces right now.
He's prairie dog.
International incident.
CJ saw a picture of Brock Lesnar, ate some Jimmy John's, now has the meat shit and sweats.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's holding it.
My asshole.
Oh my God. Where's the ketchup? Where's the middle finger? That's when we know we're all done. Shout out to you.
There's Blaze' chip face.